Hare Krishna, everyone. Let's do some kirtan. Who would like to start the kirtan? Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mataji.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All join in, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Let's sing together now.
Oh,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radhe Radhe.
Shri Radhe Jaya
Jaya Sita
Ram
Ram Lakshman
Lakshman
Hanuman,
Hanuman
Jaya
Sita
Sita Ram Lakshman
Lakshman
Hanuman.
Hanuman Jaya Radha Landanishwar Radha Landanishwar Shri Radhe Jaya
Sita
Jagannath Jaya Balaram Jaya
Sadra
Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai
Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari bol, Hari bol, Nitai Gaura Hari bol, Hari Hari bol, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Hope you all are keeping well.
Yes, Mataji, and hope you are as well.
Yes, thank you very much. So we'll wait for Kirtida Dulali Mataji to make the announcement very soon. I hope the reciters are ready to recite.
Yes, Mataji.
Excellent. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Today reciters are Jai Mataji will be reciting in Sanskrit and Mitali Mataji will be reciting in English from Canto 3, Chapter 31, verses 34 to 48. So Jai Mataji, whenever you're ready, can you please start with invocation 3 times? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you so much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 34. तेषु अशान्तेषु मूढेषु खण्डित आत्मासु असाधुषु सङ्गं न कुर्याच्चोच्चेषु योषित क्रीडा मृगेषु च।
Hare Krishna. One shouldn't associate with a coarse fool who is bereft of the knowledge of self-realization and who is no more than a dancing dog in the hands of a woman.
न तथास्य भवेन्मोहो बन्धश्चान्य प्रसङ्गतः योषित सङ्गाद् यथा पुंसो यथा तत्सङ्गी सङ्गतः।
The infatuation and bondage which accrue to man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as that resulting from attachment to a woman or to the fellowship of men who are fond of women.
प्रजापतिः स्वां दुहितरं दृष्ट्वा तद्रूपधर्षितः रोहिद्भूतां स अन्वधावद् वृक्षरूपी हतत्रपः।
At the sight of his own daughter, Brahma was bewildered by her charms and shamelessly ran up to her in the form of a stag when she took the form of a hind.
तच्छ्रुष्टश्रुष्टश्रुष्टेषु को नु अखण्डितधिः पुमान् ऋषिं नारायणं ऋते योषिन्मयेह मायया।
Amongst all kinds of living entities begotten by Brahma, namely men, demigods, and animals, none but the sage Narayana is immune to the attraction of Maya in the form of a woman.
बलं मे पश्य मायायाः स्त्रीमय्या जयिनो दिशां या करोति पदाक्रान्तान् भ्रुविजृम्भेण केवलम्।
Just try to understand the mighty strength of my Maya in the shape of a woman who by the mere movement of her eyebrows can keep even the greatest conquerors of the world under her grip.
सङ्गं न कुर्यात् प्रमादासु जातु योगस्य पारं परम् आरुरुक्षुः मतसेवया प्रतिलब्धात्मा लाभो वदन्ति या निरयद्वारमस्य।
One who aspires to reach the culmination of yoga and has realized himself by rendering service unto me should never associate with an attractive woman. For such a woman is declared in the scripture to be the gateway to hell for the advancing devotee.
योपयाति शनैर्माया योषिद्देव विनिर्मिता ताम् ईक्षेत् आत्मनो मृत्युं तृणैः कुप्पम् इव वृतम्।
The woman created by the Lord is the representation of Maya, and who has associates with such Maya by accepting services must certainly know that this is the way of death, just like a blind well covered with grass.
यां मन्यते पतिं मोहान् मन्मायां वृषभायतिं स्त्रीत्वं स्त्रीसङ्गतः प्राप्तो विताप्त्य गृहप्रदम्।
A living entity who, as a result of attachment to a woman in his previous life, has been endowed with the form of a woman, foolishly looks upon Maya in the form of a man, her husband, as the bestower of wealth, progeny, house, and other material assets.
ताम् आत्मनो विजानीयात् Patiyapatya graha atmakam Deivopasaditam mrutyum Mrugyorgayanam yatha.
A woman, therefore, should consider her husband, her house, and her children to be the arrangement of the external energy of the Lord for her death, just as the sweet singing of the hunter is death for the deer.
Dehena jiva bhutena lokal lokam anuvrajan bhunjana eva karmani karoti aviritam puman.
Due to his particular type of body, the materialistic living entity wanders from one planet to another, following fruitive activities. In this way, he involves himself in fruitive activities and enjoys the result incessantly.
Jivo hya asyanugo deho bhutendriya manomayaha tannirodho asya maranam avirbhavastu sambhavaha.
In this way, the living entity gets the suitable body with the material mind and senses according to his fruitive activities. When the reaction of his particular activity comes to an end, the end is called death. And when a particular type of reaction begins, that beginning is called birth.
Dravyopalabdhi sthanasya dravyekshayoghyata yada tatpanchatvam ahammanad utpatir dravya yathakshunor dravyavayava darshana yogyata yada tadeva chakshusho drashtur Drushtva ayogyata anyoho.
When the eyes lose their power to see color or form due to morbid affliction of the optic nerve, the sense of sight becomes deadened. The living entity, who is the seer of both the eyes and the sight, loses his power of vision. In the same way, when the physical body, the place where perception of object occurs, is rendered incapable of perceiving, that is known as death. When one begins to view the physical body as one's very self, that is called birth.
Tasmanna karyaha santraso na karpanyam na sambramaha buddhva jiva gatim dhiro mukta sangaschared iha.
Therefore, one shouldn't view death with horror, nor have recourse to defining the body as soul, nor give way to exaggeration in enjoying the bodily necessities of life. Realizing the true nature of the living entity, one should move about in the world free from attachment and steadfast in purpose.
Samyak darshanaya buddhya yoga vairagya yuktaya maya virachite loke charenyasya kalevaram.
Endowed with right vision and strengthened by devotional service and a pessimistic attitude towards material identity, one should relegate his body to his illusory world through his reason. Thus, one can be unconcerned with his material world.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Jai Mataji and Mitali Mataji, for the very nice recitation. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for giving me for any mistakes. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dhanvat Pranams, Hare Krishna, Matajis. Thank you for the recitations in Sanskrit and English. We shall start now today's session with Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3, Chapter 31, verses 41 to 44 for discussion. Share screen. Can you see, Mataji?
Yes, we can, Mataji. Very nicely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So today's verses are quite long. The purports are quite long. So usually I go through the previous verses just so that we know where we are. Lord Kapila's instructions on the movement of living entities. So we know that previously also, when we were going through this chapter, we read that how the fetus in the womb of the mother and how this unborn child in the womb of the mother suffers actually. And we think that we are enjoying, we're happy that new soul is, we are celebrating the arrival of a new soul, new living entity. But we don't know, when we read through these verses, we actually understand that he's going through so much suffering, terrible agony, and and has to go through all the kind of different types of someone's biting, some pungent foodstuffs, salty, sour smells, and all kind of anxieties. So many things are going on, remembering past life. So it's not a good experience actually for a baby, for a child. And then as we move along, we see that how this soul in the womb of the mother actually prays to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the 7th month, that please get me out of, please help me to get me out of this hellish situation. And I promise that I will remember you, my Lord, and come back to you, make my way back to you. And very nice prayers have been mentioned in the verses. And if we go to today's 41, yes, so we can start here. We can see what is Lord instructing and sharing with us here. So Srimad Bhagavatam 3.31.41. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Shrinavatam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana Vedanta sthoya bhadrani vidunoti suratsatam nashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaaya cha nandagopakumaraya govindaya namo namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yam manyate patim mohan manmayam rishabhayatim srit swam stri sangata prapto vitapatya graha pradam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: a living entity who, as a result of attachment to a woman in his previous life, has been endowed with the form of a woman, foolishly looks upon Maya in the form of a man, her husband, as the bestower of wealth, progeny, house, and other material assets. Purport: it's quite a long, not this one. Okay, that's the other one. Any volunteers who would like to read the purport? also want to share that there might be some technical issues in today's session. There's some network issues. So please forgive me if that happens. And if you are unable to rejoin, I'm asking for forgiveness in advance. So anyone would like to read the purport, this one?
Yes, please, Mataji, may I?
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. From this verse, it appears that a woman is also supposed to have been a man in his, in brackets, her previous life, and due to his attachment to his wife, he now has the body of a woman. Bhagavad Gita confirms this. A man gets his next life's birth according to what he thinks of at the time of death. If someone is too attached to his wife, naturally he thinks of his wife at the time of death, and in his next life he takes the body of a woman. Similarly, if a woman thinks of her husband at the time of death, naturally she gets the body of a man in the next life. In the Hindu scriptures, therefore, woman's chastity and devotion to man is greatly emphasized. A woman's attachment to her husband may elevate her to the body of a man in her next life. But a man's attachment to a woman will degrade him, and in his next life he will get the body of a woman. We should always remember, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita, that both the gross and subtle material bodies are dresses. They are the shirt and coat of the living entity. To be either a woman or a man only involves one's bodily dress. The soul in nature is actually the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord. Every living entity being classified as energy is supposed to be originally a woman, or one who is enjoyed. In the body of a man, there is a greater opportunity to get out of the material clutches. There is less opportunity in the body of a woman. In this verse, it is indicated that the body of a man should not be misused through forming an attachment to women and thus becoming too entangled in material enjoyment, which will result in getting the body of a woman in the next life. A woman is generally fond of household prosperity, ornaments, furniture, and dresses. She is satisfied when the husband supplies all these things sufficiently. The relationship between man and woman is very complicated, but the substance is that one who aspires to ascend to the transcendental stage of spiritual realization should be very careful in accepting the association of a woman. In the stage of Krishna consciousness, however, such restriction of association may be slackened, because if a man's and woman's attachment is not to each other but to Krishna, then both of them are equally eligible to get out of the material entanglement and reach the abode of Krishna. As it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, anyone who seriously takes to Krishna consciousness, whether in the lowest species of life or a woman who of the less intelligent classes, such as the mercantile or laborer class, will go back home, back to Godhead, and reach the abode of Krishna. A man should not be attached to a woman, nor should a woman be attached to a man. Both man and woman should be attached to the service of the Lord. Then there is the possibility of liberation from material entanglement for both of them. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Such a insightful purport and verse. Hare Krishna. 3.31.42. Tamatmano vijaniyat पत्याग्रहात्मकं दैवोपासादितं मृत्युं मृगयोर्गाह्यनं यथा. Translation: A woman therefore should consider her husband, her house, and her children to be the arrangement of the external energy of the Lord for her death, just as the sweet singing of the hunter is death for the deer. Purport. Any volunteers?
I can read, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. In this instruction of Lord Kapil Deva, it is explained that not only is woman the gateway to hell for man, but man is also the gateway to hell for woman. It is a question of attachment. A man becomes attached to a woman because of her service, her beauty, and many other assets. And similarly, a woman becomes attached to a man for his giving her a nice place to live, ornaments, dress, and children. It is a question of attachment for one another. As long as either is attached to the other for such material enjoyment, the woman is dangerous for a man. And the man is also dangerous for the woman. But if the attachment is transferred to Krishna, both of them become Krishna conscious, and then marriage is very nice. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore recommends. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Do you want to continue?
I don't mind.
Okay, Mataji.
Man and woman should live together as householders in relationship with Krishna, only for the purpose of discharging duties in the service of Krishna. Engage the children, engage the wife, and engage the husband, all in Krishna conscious duties. And then all this bodily or material attachment will disappear. Since the medium is Krishna, the consciousness is pure and there is no possibility of degradation at any time.
Thank you, Mataji. 3.31.43. Dehena jiva bhutena loka lokam anuvrajan bhunjanu eva karmani karotya viratam puman. Translation: Due to his particular type of body, the materialistic living entity wanders from one planet to another, following fruitive activities. In this way, he involves himself in fruitive activities and enjoys the result incessantly. Purport. Anyone wants to read?
Can I read, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The living entity is engaged in the material body is called Jiva Bhuta, and when he is free from the material body, he is called Brahma Bhuta. By changing his material body birth after birth, he travels not only in different species of life, but also from one planet to another. Lord Chaitanya says that the living entities bound up by fruitive activities are wandering in this way throughout the whole universe. And if by some chance or by pious activities they get in touch with a bona fide spiritual master, by the grace of Krishna, then they get the seed of devotional service. After getting this seed, if one sows it within his heart and pours water on it by hearing and chanting, the seed grows into a big plant, and there are fruits and flowers which the living entity can enjoy even in this material world. That is called the Brahma Bhuta stage. In his designated condition, a living entity is called materialistic, and upon being freed from all designation, when he is fully Krishna conscious, engaged in devotional service, he is called liberated. Unless one gets the opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of the Lord, there is no possibility of one's liberation from the cycle of birth and death in the different species of life and through the different grades of planets. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. 3.31.44. जीवो हे अस्यानुगो देहो भूतेन्द्रिय मनोमयः तन्निरोधोऽस्य मरणम् आविर्भावस्तु संभवः. Translation. In this way, the living entity gets a suitable body with the material mind and senses according to his fruitive activities. When the reaction of his particular activity comes to an end, that end is called death. And when a particular type of reaction begins, that beginning is called birth. Purport. From time immemorial. Okay, anyone wants to read?
Yes, Mataji, can I read?
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Okay. From time immemorial, the living entity travels in the different species of life and the different planet, almost perpetually. This process is explained in Bhagavad Gita, Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani, Yantrarudhani Mayaya. Under the spell of Maya, everyone is wandering throughout the universe on the carriage of the body offered by the material energy. Materialistic life involves a series of actions and reactions. It is a long film spool of actions and reactions, and one life span is just a flash in such a reactionary show. When a child is born, it is to be understood that his particular type of body is the beginning of another set of activities, and when an old man dies, it is to be understood that one set of reactionary activities is finished. Mataji, can I continue?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. We can see that because of different reactionary activities, one man is born in a rich family and another born in a poor family. Although both of them are born in the same place at the same moment, in the same atmosphere, one who is carrying pious activity with him is given a chance to take his birth in a rich or a pious family, and one who is carrying impious activity is given a chance to take birth in a lower poor family. The change of body means a change to a different field of activities. Similarly, when the body of the boy changes into that of a youth, the boyish activities change into youthful activities. It is clear that a particular body is given to the living entity for a particular type of activity. This process is going on perpetually from a time which is impossible to trace out. Vaishnava poets therefore say, Anadi karma phale, which means that these actions and reactions of one's activity cannot be traced, for they may even continue from the last millennium of Brahma's birth to the next millennium. We have seen the example in the life of Narada Muni. In one millennium, he was the son of maidservant, and in the next millennium, he became a great sage. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, everyone, for joining and for also listening and reading. So we can see. Let's go. Today is also Guru Purnima. So before we discuss these verses from Bhagavatam, let's remember Vyasadeva and all the spiritual masters because of whom we can read and understand these scriptures. Vyasadeva is the compiler of Vedas, and because of him, this knowledge has been passed on from generations to all the gurus. He's the original, he's the guru, and of all the scriptures. And we pay our humble obeisances unto his lotus feet and all the acharyas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam साधवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So verse 41 we can see so interesting also that a living entity who as a result of attachment to a woman in his previous life has been endowed with the form of a woman. So it's Lord who's saying these words. These verses are coming from Lord's mouth. Lord Kapil Muni is himself Lord, the creator of the universe, who is the proprietor and the supreme personality of Godhead. He is saying that this is the reason why we get a woman's body and a man's body. And then he is and in Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada is actually explaining in the purport also that sometimes we get too entangled and too much involved in our bodily designations and roles as a woman, as a man. We become feminist, we become who's gonna lead the house, who's gonna serve, who's the servant, who's the leader. All these things, we become too much entangled in these designations of body that actually we forget why we are here, and that actually doesn't matter if we are a female or a male. At the end, we all are servants of Krishna. And Prabhupada very nicely explained in the purport also that everyone in this universe, everyone else is feminine only, is female only. There's only one Purusha, that is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is the one who should be enjoying, and we are the one who should be enjoyed by him. So that is the position actually. So even if we are fighting amongst each other that no, females are more powerful, male are more powerful and all that, what is the point of doing that when we know that that we all are actually doesn't matter bodily constitution. It's going to keep it's going to keep changing every birth after birth. So like Kapil Muni is saying, if a husband is too attached to wife, which happens in most of the households, what happens that before leaving this world, passing away, we will look for our children, call out for their names, or we'll look for the person who we were most attached to. So we may even forget children, because if they're not living with us, but the spouse, the partner actually mostly stays with you all until the last days of your life. Because these days we know that the children may go away, live somewhere else, they have their own families, but the spouse actually will never will be with you most of the times. So the attachment with the spouse becomes very strong, and we may look for our spouse at the time of death also. Where is my spouse, where is my husband, where is my wife? And because of that that consciousness, and before death, it is said in Garuda Puran also that the whole picture movie comes in front of our eyes. There is a flash of all the events that we've done from our birth to till death. Everything comes in front of our eyes, that this is what we've done. We are shown it like a movie is actually shown to us of our life. And then if we are too much attached to our spouse, then at the end of life, antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram, means instead of remembering Krishna, we remember our spouse. And because of the body that in which spouse is either female or male, we will then end up getting that body. And the spouse may come back as something, as any role in our life. It could be any role. Lord decides according to our karma, how will they come back, or if the karma is finished or what. So so what is the crux, and why is this being actually explained here by Krishna? Why is he explaining this? Because he wants, as Prabhupada is saying in the purport, that the attachment for opposite sex, or attachment for male, female, or our husband, wife, it is natural. It's not that it is natural, because we're staying with them and all. But if Krishna becomes the center, if both, instead of getting attached to each other, and instead of having the enjoying mentality with each other and gratifying our senses, if we together serve Krishna and make him the center of the home, then the attachment, instead of bodily attachment to each other, the attachment is actually dovetailed towards Krishna. And then at the end of life and death also, Krishna's memories, Krishna's thoughts, Krishna's names, the service that you did together with your spouse, that will come in the consciousness. That should, even if that doesn't come, Krishna's promise that I'll make you remember. He will make arrangements. So we don't have to worry about that if Hari is in the center of our life. So like Prabhupada has very nicely explained here that the body of a man should not be misused through forming attachment to women and thus becoming too entangled in material enjoyment, which will result in getting the body of a woman. Right? And it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who seriously takes to Krishna consciousness, whether in lower species of life, or a woman, or less intelligent class, or a Shudra, or Vaishya, or whichever, will go back to Godhead and reach the abode of Krishna. A man should not be attached to a woman, nor should a woman be attached to a man. It's for both. There is no discrimination. Both man and woman should be attached to the service of the Lord. So it will be, the home will become like a Vaikuntha, like a temple. If there is deity worship, there is daily worship, daily Bhagavad Katha, Bhagavad Gita Katha. The children are being trained how to worship Krishna, how to listen his kathas, how to try to develop love for Krishna in the children also. Then it is a successful union. And then there is purpose behind the marriage. There is purpose behind staying together in a family. That becomes an ashram. Ashram means place of shelter. So a place where there is no God, there is no worship of Krishna, there is no Krishna Katha, there is no chanting, no hearing and glorifying Lord, no prasadam, no kirtan. That place is just like what? Nothing. Just like a building. It's not a temple, it's not an ashram anymore. And then Prabhupada has also explained two types of couples, or we can say families. One is grihastha and other is grihmedi. Can anyone tell the difference? What's the difference between both grihastha or grihmedis? Grihasthas?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Grihmedi is just who they are, dealing with always sense gratification. They don't remember Krishna. And the Grihastha one is there. They don't remember Krishna. And
yes.
All those things, yeah.
Yes,
sort of
right.
love the Lord, yeah.
Rightly
But
said, Mataji.
they are always engaged in material activities.
Yes. So Prabhupada is requesting us to not become grihmedhis, just like an ordinary, householder who are just thinking about next step of life. How can we progress more? How can we make our house bigger? How can we then build more buildings and properties? How can we, and then they're so much attached to the children and the grandchildren and everything, attached in a way that they want to gratify their senses. It's not that for them. It's for them. It's for the family. suppose I am the grandmother or of 4 or 5 kids, and why am I keeping myself with them all the time? Because I am attached to them. Because I think that keeping them with me is giving me kind of security, that I have something to distract my mind, or I can see things that I haven't been able to do or see in my children, in the grandchildren. So there is a selfish motive actually in every relationship in this material world. But when it comes to devotional service, we become responsible actually for their spiritual development, for their growth. There is a two-way process. They teach us, we teach them, and we learn from each other, and we help each other engage in bhakti seva. That home where Krishna is the center, and everyone is actually reminding each other of Krishna, that becomes a very happy home. There are days of fights, there are days of arguments, there are challenging days in every home, grihastha ashram also. But if Krishna is in the center, if there is regular reading, the answers will be found in the books itself, or the hearing and chanting. More and more chanting gives us intelligence. Krishna gives intelligence to overcome those challenges also. Guru, Vani of Guru gives intelligence. Guru Sadhu Shastra gives us the strength. The sanghas, the home programs, the kirtans that we do together, the mentors that we have, they actually help us. So it protects us from such dangers also, and from falling also. When there is Krishna Katha in home, the home becomes a temple, a shelter, and house becomes grihastha ashram. But if in other families, if we see that there is no Krishna, no worship of, no hearing, no chanting, no glorifying, then there is more material entanglement. And then what happens? Just waiting, how many properties I've made, and then waiting for our death. And then what happens? Where do you go out after that? No one will see anything that we've done throughout our life. Only Naam, only Krishna's name will be counted. Yamraj has to come for everyone, even for those who has done bhakti. We should not misunderstand or mistake that Vishnu Dutas will come to take us. They will only come if we've chanted our rounds properly, if we were serious in bhakti. So not like using phone and chanting or doing multitasking and then chant. That japa is not, the concentration and consciousness is not in Krishna's name. So that's why very nicely we should do our devotional service and engage our senses, mind, and whatever assets we've got in the service of the Lord, and not give Maya to, give any chance for Maya to entangle us or distract us. In verse 42, what we see, a woman therefore should consider her husband, her house, her children to be arrangement of the external energy of the Lord for her death. Imagine what Lord is saying. Just as a sweet singing of the hunter is death for the deer. It's just like, suppose someone gives you kheer, and you like kheer so much because it's sweet, the weather is so warm, you like nice kheer, sweet kheer, and most of the people like it. But what if someone puts poison in the kheer? You don't know about the poison, but because you're so tempted to eat that, the taste, that you'll eat it. Although it's poisonous, you'll still eat it because you like it so much. In the same way, material or Maya, religion, material energy, it will trap us like that. It will give us allurements, show us, gives us more ideas to enjoy, and then we will get tempted. But then it will turn out to be poisonous for us later on. We will not worry about the poison in the beginning, but then we will see the effects in the end. So it is said in Bhagavad Gita that what appears to be poison in the beginning is nectar in the end, which means Vedas, scriptures, bhakti appears to be poisonous because you have to do so much austerity, tapasya, you have to do 16 rounds, you have to wake up early in the morning, do Mangalarti, deity worship, reading, so many things are involved. So we don't want to distress ourselves or our body, to put our body into distress. We want to be relaxed. And, I don't have time, I'm busy, I have work, I have so and so, there's so many things, I don't have time for japa. There's so many reasons that our body will give to ourselves. But it is poisonous in the beginning. The fruit that we get in the end from bhakti is beyond comparison. But if someone is intelligent enough to go through all those challenges and turbulences and all that austerity in the beginning, he will be happy in the end. But someone who is not ready, getting scared that, oh no, my onion garlic will be stopped. No, I cannot do that. So just imagine an onion garlic is coming between you and Krishna. Just an onion and garlic is coming and stopping you from going back to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We can't even stop onion garlic for Krishna, let alone. So in order to get something, we have to do some austerities. In order to become a doctor, an engineer, or whatever you want to become, we have to go through the university and exams, and then only we get the degree. So we want to reach Supreme Personality of Godhead, Goloka Vrindavan Dham, and we can't even stop eating onion garlic. Then what austerities are we doing? So it may appear to be poisonous or challenging in the beginning, but the fruit is very fruitful. And for materialistic person, they will not do these things. They'll go through all the problems. They'll go through easy things, which is more easy. It looks more easy. Oh, here, this place is so easy. It's nice to enjoy. Oh, it's easy to get trapped. It's easy to go into clubs. It's easy to drink alcohol. It is easy to try things out, not thinking about the outcomes of it. But later on, we suffer. The liver will damage. We'll get anxiety, depression, so many problems. So it will give us poison in the end. This is how the material world is. In the same way, a woman, therefore, should consider her husband, her house, her children to be arrangement of the external energy of the Lord for her death. However, for a woman and a man living together, coming together for the purpose of expanding Krishna consciousness, or for the purpose of creating progeny who can become preachers, or who can make the society even more better, or glorify the Lord, there is no danger, there is no harm if there is proper arrangement, or both her husband and wife are trained in Krishna consciousness. So that is what Prabhupada is saying in the purport also beautifully. What are we getting attached to? That is the question. Are we getting attached to the senses? Are we getting attached to the bodily concept? Are we getting attached to money? Are we getting attached to superficial, outwardly looks? What is it that we're getting attached to? That is going to create problem. So if we are going to be attached to the service of Krishna, and we all know this, it's very easy to say, but we have to actually follow it also and try to follow in our real life. If we make a habit, Krishna becomes a part of our life. There should come a point where we shouldn't be able to sleep without taking Krishna's name, without seeing his darshan, without reading about him, without glorifying him, without eating his prasadam. That should be our lifestyle. Our lifestyle, when changes, the attachment actually shifts from me, you, myself, and I to Krishna Seva. Where is Krishna? Oh, I didn't get up early in the morning. I didn't do Mangal Aarti today. I did not cook for Krishna today. I had to eat out today. Oh my God. We should be anxious for Krishna. When we're anxious for Krishna, and when we're worried about the service for Krishna, and the anxiety is for Krishna, that anxiety is actually good for us. But otherwise, we see that mind is full with all the nonsense at work, at home, within the relationships, so many anxieties. Those anxieties are actually not for our mental state, also for our spiritual growth. Also, those anxieties are not going to give us anything, not going to give us Krishna, or remove all sins or past life karmas or anything. They're only going to increase, multiply. But when we are anxious for Krishna and his seva, that makes everything pure. Anything that is related to Krishna is actually going to give us good results only, for ourselves also, and for others also. So Lord Kapil Dev it is explained that not only women the gateway to hell for men, but man is also gateway to hell for a woman. See, women and men, and particularly if you just see the genders and if you only see the bodies, then it is hellish, an association itself. But if a man becomes attached to a woman because of her service, her beauty, many other assets. Similarly, a woman becomes attached to a man for his giving a nice place, ornaments, dress, and children's. That is actually dangerous, right? So both are dangerous. But if attachment is transferred to Krishna, both of them become Krishna conscious, then the marriage is very nice. And Srila Rupa Goswami is also confirming this. So both women and men should live together as householders in relationship with Krishna only for the purpose of discharging duties in the service of Krishna. So that also doesn't mean that we become unpresent or not affectionate to our partners or to our spouse. It doesn't mean that. Many relationships break also because they are not actually, now they've become so serious and so emotionless that the partner is feeling that they are not getting attention. So Prabhupada is not saying that no, don't give attention and all and affection. He's just saying that makes in a nicely manner, be friends, but in such a manner you have to actually encourage each other towards Krishna in a nicely friendly manner. That can be done nicely also. It doesn't have to be rude with our partners to do that. So that is also a skill. The Krishna gives intelligence to learn that skill also. Engage the children, engage the wife, and engage the husband, all in Krishna consciousness duties, and then all these bodily or material attachments will disappear. So gradually it will disappear if everything is offered to Krishna. There will be no point, no chance to think about anything, to think about any other kind of sense gratification also. When 24/7 we are just engaged in the service of Krishna, like now cooking, now this, now that, now seva in the temple or seva at home, whatever. There will be no chance. Krishna will not give chance for Maya to sit. Since the medium is Krishna, the consciousness is pure, and therefore there's no possibility of degradation at any time. So result also, Kapil Muni has given us the answer also and the solution also. Now, due to his particular type of body, the materialistic living entity wanders from one planet to another, following fruitive activities. In this way, he involves himself in fruitive activities and enjoys result incessantly. So, can someone tell me, like, what does it mean from one planet to another? And why will someone move from one planet to another? Did you understand what it means here?
Yes, Mataji. It means that, you know, that there are 14 planetary systems, so it's in this universe. Either first going maybe to Swarga Loka, Bhuloka, or Patala Loka. It's just wondering.
Right. Yes, Mataji. Yes. So an intelligent person knows and they don't waste their time in doing karma kanda or doing fruitive activities, because there are various concepts in Vedas also where we will flowery language. Prabhupada says flowery language of Vedas. The intelligent person doesn't get bewildered or distracted by the flowery words or language of Vedas, because in Vedas there will be some sections of karma kanda where we will do sacrifice for pleasing demigods, so that we can reach higher planets, Swarglok or some other lokas, or become something, so become a devata or demigod. So there are different forms of sacrifices in the Vedas also. You know, according to our wishes and desires, what we want to become and achieve, we can do that and we go there. But an intelligent person doesn't get entangled in this, because he knows that even in these 14 planetary systems, they are impermanent. They are not permanent. The position is not permanent. We will fall down again. We'll have to come to Prithvi Lok to do karmas, because this is karma bhumi, and then we have to go either up or degrade to a lower planet. So intelligent person doesn't waste their time. Why should we waste our 10,000 years in heaven and then forget about Krishna? Because there is no chance or to think about Krishna in heaven. There is so much distraction and satisfaction that you feel that this is permanent place. You will never go want to go out of it. But then time comes, 10,000 years gone, you are thrown down to the earth, and then you have to start from scratch. What is the point? 10,000 years is predicted that for the 10,000 years, this ISKCON and this Hare Krishna movement will grow and grow. It will be spreading throughout the whole world. But after 10,000 years of Kali Yuga, within the Kali Yuga, it will actually become very difficult to preach, and people will become crazy. So why should we aim for higher planets and 10,000 years we are there? It's wasted. By the time we come back, the Kali Yuga has become already really chaotic, and no chance of remembering God will be there, because there will be no sannyasis, there will be no monks, there will be no temples. Everything, the few of them which will be alive, they will actually have to go in cage into gufas and hide somewhere. because people will become so crazy that they will start killing each other. So this is all mentioned in 12th canto, how Kali Yuga is going to grow and what will it look like. Why should we waste our time in moving into one body, from one body to another, one planet to another? That intelligent person should understand and take to bhakti now. And it is said Chaitanya Charitamrita also, that Krishna's name is freely being given, freely. Earlier on, people used to, in Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, they used to do so much tapasya, so much tapasya, sacrifices and austerities and whatnot, in order to see God face to face, or in order to get little mercy of Lord. They had to do so much. They had to prove themselves. And Krishna also used to test them so much. But now, especially in Kali Yuga, and this Kali Yuga only, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. In other Kali Yugas, Mahaprabhu doesn't come, doesn't appear. Here only in this particular Kali Yuga, he has appeared. Once in Brahma's day, he appears, and Brahma's day is very long. So he has appeared in this time, very special Kali Yuga. And he's just giving, Nityananda Prabhu is just giving, Mahaprabhu is just giving Lord's name freely, like distributing it on streets. So that is the benediction actually. And we should take advantage in Kali Yuga of that. Now, last verse. I'm conscious of the time, but time is it? Okay, 44. In this way, the living entity gets a suitable body with the material mind and senses according to his fruitive activities. We all know we should not be blaming or complaining ourselves. Why am I born in India? Why have I got dark skin? Why have I got a short height? Why have I got tall height? Why have I not got rich friends? Why am I born in a poor family? Why am I this thing has been taken away from me in such a young age? Why my kids are not like other kids? These things we should not be complaining about, because whatever we have got, a suitable body, or whatever consequences and surroundings we have been put into, that is just our own fruitive activities, the result of our fruitive activities. We should not curse, blame, and keep blaming our surroundings and people around us, because they are not the reason of our suffering. We are the reason of our suffering. Remember 3 types of sufferings? Anyone knows? Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmik.
Yeah.
Can anyone explain what is Adi Bhautik?
Adi Bhautik is like from tsunami and all those natural disasters. Is that right?
So Adi Daivik is.
Oh, Adi Daivik is that. Yeah, Adi Bhautik
yes,
is.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Adi
right.
Bhautik is when someone else give you the problems.
Yes. So Adi Daivik, first of all, is created by natural disasters, because natural disasters are not in our hands, right? Devas, demigods are going to give us that kind of situation because they are not happy.
Yes.
And then, isn't it? Adhyatmik is from our own
body and mind.
Own body and mind, exactly. Yeah. So that is most dangerous. Own body and mind. We think that this person is wrong, and we'll start cursing in our mind. We'll make our own stories, and we'll go into depression. Our own body and mind, cursing others, cursing my situation, and blaming myself. Adhyatmik. Yeah. And then Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik, Adi Daivik. And one is created by others around us, towards us. So these 3 types of these are miseries are there, right? So due to them we suffer, and we should not actually blame our surroundings or our situation. We should look into the good, because Krishna only gives us 1% of what we deserve. We must have done so much bad karmas, we can't even imagine. Bulk of, like, mountains of karmas that we've done in past lives. But Krishna is so merciful that he only gives little punishment, very little punishment. So whatever punishment we're getting right now, we should consider that this is a mercy of Lord, that I'm just getting this much reaction. Otherwise, I don't know how much I was meant to suffer. Thank you, my Lord. And especially because we are chanting the holy names protects. So holy name always protects.
Yes. Thank you.
When the reaction of this particular activity comes to an end, the end of that end is called death. So nicely it is mentioned that whenever I work in a hospital, I see people dying also. And because I am in touch with Krishna, I'm in touch with Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, there is understanding that what is happening if when someone is leaving body, what do I see it as? Oh, this life is gone now. This person hasn't chanted. This person has enchanted throughout his life, her life. Whatever they did, we know whatever activities they must have been doing, which caused this suffering now. Like if they were involved in too much of drinking, too much of smoking, not knowing that it is going to affect their body, and now this has happened. So I feel pity that no one, they couldn't take Krishna consciousness. They couldn't, not just Krishna, not knowing God, completely atheistic. I don't want to know about God. I don't want to hear. I don't think it's going to make any difference in my life. Yeah. In the end of their life. So it makes me feel pity actually, that the life is gone, wasted, end of one karma. Like here, Krishna is saying, Kapil Muni is saying, we should understand when someone is leaving their body, that this particular activity is coming to an end. Just one reaction from some past life is coming to an end. There will be another reaction in next life. And when someone is born, we should understand, okay, some karma is coming out. Some karma is now, some karmic reaction is coming in this form for this child. And we don't know what the consequences will be. But we have free will. And if this holy name is being given out freely, we should take it without thinking. We should take it. It's given freely at the moment. There will be time when it will be difficult to get access of it. Right now, it's like lottery. It's like discount. Just go and take it. Yeah, we should be very, very grateful to the Lord also for this benediction. So this whole chapter was actually about how the child also grows in the womb and how he's begging and crying and in a suffering position. And then it should be understood that this child is coming to this life. Doesn't matter it's my child, someone else's, neighbors or friends. We should actually pray for them that this soul is coming out. This soul should not take birth again. This soul should not take birth again. This soul somehow should hear the Lord's name and should get mercy and just go back to Godhead in this life. Should not be begging again and again, for for another chance. So yeah, there'll be next verses, very nice verses that you'll be reading. Yes, and it is all about how material life actually makes us forget about the Lord. And then we keep coming back and back. We see death, we see birth, and that's happening in every second. If you go and research, you Google it, how many people are born in every second, every millisecond, how many people die in every second. So this chakarvyu, this samsara is going on. This birth and death is continued. So it's a responsibility of each and every one of us, not only for our own soul, but also for others also to share about the Lord within our family, within our friend circle, anywhere, temple, whenever we can get chance to preach about the Lord, because this pleases Lord the most. This will please the Lord, and it will also save us and our families from greater dangers in coming futures also. So with that, if there is any questions, please, or any realization or reflections, then we will start next verses from next session. Hare Krishna. I'll stop sharing my screen. Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Such a beautiful class, Mataji. The words you've used, your explanation, your encouragement, you're really opening our eyes. as to how things can go wrong if we don't do the right thing. So thank you very much, Mataji, from the bottom of my heart. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. I think we all keep, it's very important. That's why association is important, because if we read books at home, it's good. We should all read, but Prabhupada says we should discuss. We should have reflections, discuss. That's why it is said that at home also, wherever you are, if you have Bhagavatam, please read and discuss with your friends, with your family. If there are children, discuss with them and teach them at home. So that spreads awareness, and you're also preaching and you're also sharing. It builds a strong relationship when we discuss with others also. The devotee association also grows stronger. And then we can like I discussed about, I've shared from my own work experience, like that you must have your own experiences that you can relate with Krishna's teachings. And this is how we learn. Reflection is very important. While we want to learn scriptures, we should discuss and reflect on that also. Thank you, Mataji, for opening up this platform. And I hope you all please pray to your respective gurus, and please pray to Srila Prabhupada, who is the guru of all of us. He's created this institute so that we all can come together and read. And please also pray to Vyasadeva, because of whom we have got access to these Vedas. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the guru of everyone. So keeping that in our hearts and mind, I will stop today's session from here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. And we must always remember that Krishna is within us. He's with us at all times. And in times of difficulty or depression or whatever we're going through, even happiness, we should always reach out to him. And he always reciprocates. That's my personal experience. 100%. And I would like to share it with everyone. Thank you.
100%. Thank you, Mataji. That's so sweet. Because we know these things, but it needs reminder. It needs someone to come, and sometimes Krishna speaks through people and through devotees. So this is we are looking for Krishna everywhere. Krishna, why don't you come in dream? Why don't you come in front of me? Why don't you give me any hint? But actually Krishna gives us hints. Krishna do talk to us through our surroundings, through devotees. We just need the vision to realize that this was for me actually. So thank you, Mataji, for sharing.
That's very, very true. Very true, Mataji. You've said it perfectly well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining, and I pray for all of you. Hare Krishna. Let's close today's session now.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, for the nice class. Hare Krishna.